The Sports Hit List presents Smoke and Mirrors.
But I'm going to go a step further. Kawhi is the most pampered superstar in all major sports.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the same Kawhi Leonard that has played like back-to-back games, maybe twice a season?
Yeah, that guy. I'm doing it.
You're going the distance with this one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jumping out the window on it.
I mean, now that
I'm trying to think of a player. I can't think off the top of my head right now who would come close.
Maybe is it Grom with the way Rojas manages him? I mean,
but that's different.
Not by choice.
Choice. That was by
I have to think about that. I need some time to think about that.
Grom doesn't move to a team every year. I think he played 30 games.
But yeah, I still got Jazz in 5.
Deck, what about you? What do you got?
I got Jazz in 6. I'm gonna give the Jazz. I'm gonna give the Clippers a game, and then the Jazz are gonna clip their wings. If you know what I mean. Catch my drift. And
I think everyone caught it. Everyone caught it.
I bet you.
It was pretty on the nose.
Yes.
Thanks for watching the Sports Hit List. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.
It's Thursday, guys. You know what that means.
It's Thursday, guys. You know what that means.
It is time for your weekly dose of the AEW injection, presented by the Sports Hit List, by the fans, for the fans. As always, you were here joined by the Outlaw of Long Island, Zach Droll.
Mr. No Days Off, Nick Moderano.
Christian Pollard, the Goon.
You're watching the AEW injection.
The AEW injection on the Sports Hit List. Join Dark Order.
4 years ago, I realized that I've been taking care of everybody else, and I finally decided to take care of myself. My weight loss has been a physical and mental challenge. Some days are high, some days are low. Some days are easy,
We are live right now on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, carte blanche for the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. We've just finished wrapping up Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Suns and the Clippers. The Suns win the game off inbound put-in or a dunk, you want to call it, by DeAndre Ayton. The Suns win 104-103 over the Clippers. They lead 2-0 as we head to Game 3 on Thursday. We're going to break down Game 2 as I welcome in my contributor, co-founder of the Sports Hit List, Mr. Ziggy Zig. Mr. Rivas should be joining us as well as we go through our live postgame right now on Facebook and on YouTube. So thank you any of those fans who are joining us right now. Ziggy Zig, sir, what an ending to a game. And I don't know if you want to call that a alley hoop put back in or a dunk, or how are we assessing that?
It's a W. That's how we assessing it, man. W for Phoenix. I mean, I like I said in the group, from the minute that ball left out of bounds, I knew that was going in, man, because I saw the Devin Booker screen, I saw Ayton flashing going to the basket, and I saw the alley-oop coming. I said, "That's it. That's game." And I don't have a TV in my room right now because my setup doesn't allow it. But what did they say? Who did they interview post game? Was it DeAndre Ayton? Oh no, they grabbed Devin Booker. I don't know why they grabbed him. They should have got Ayton or Cameron Payne.
Right.
But, Devin Booker, he's been off whatever. But like I said, solid screen, solid inbound pass, solid call by Monty Williams. I'm waiting for Andres to get here so we could talk about a certain someone, because
he's not here yet, but I did send him the invite and I thought he'd be in here so we can have this discussion. But
they grabbed Ayton. My bad. They grabbed Ayton.
They did grab Ayton, right? Yeah, it makes sense because he hit the game winning field goal. With Now let's take a look at the end of the game. Clearly, we're going to talk about the entire game, but the end of the game when Paul George misses the 2 free throws, and I believe it was Bridges missed the 3-pointer in the corner, right?
Yeah, he missed the 3-pointer in the corner.
In the corner that leaves you with 0.8 seconds, at least 0.8 seconds on the clock, which is plenty of time. We've seen that in NBA history. Derek Fisher has done it. We've seen numerous amounts of people doing it. How do you even try to guard an inbound pass like that? That's even unguardable. If Jay Crowder's going to throw it in the air, you can't guard that.
I mean, I think you definitely can guard it. It's just that he got caught on that screen. You know what I'm saying? And Batum, he's not big enough to jump with Ayton. Maybe you put somebody else in on the Clippers floor instead of having. No, we can't take Batum out, but I don't know, man. I'm still trying to just take it all in.
We got people in the comments asking if you're gonna put a shirt on, but it's hot. I figured because it's
dumb hot. I'm not putting no shirt on. Why are you looking at me? First of all, just listen to the commentary.
Mr. Numbers, how you doing, sir?
Fantastic.
Did you scream at your TV when the shot went in, or what was your initial reaction?
Not really. I knew that it counted, but there was a lot of pushing, a lot of grabbing, a lot of shoving. Should have been an offensive foul, but it's all good.
So we're going down that route now? Is that what we're doing?
The referees never decide when they want to allow contact. Sometimes they allow it, sometimes they don't. So it's Scott Foster.
It's Scott. So let's elaborate a little bit more. So you're saying that there was pushing and shoving at the end of that play.
The whole game. The game was
about the whole. Okay, but you know what? Let's just talk about that specific last play before we dive into the whole game. That specific last play. What was your thoughts there?
I mean, Coach Monty, he drew up an amazing play, and everyone knew that the ball was going to Aiden, and Boogie was guarding the inbounder, who was Jay Crowder, and then Aiden grabbed Zubac's jersey, and then Zubac ran into Booker, who was still moving. It was like a moving screen, and that's what allowed Aiden to be free and then dunk.
All right, Ziggy. So listening to Andre talk about the referees in a tight game in a situation like that with a game on the line. Again, we've seen referees make terrible calls. We've seen them make great calls. How do you assess that going into 0.8 seconds and you see all of this going on? Is there a right call to make with 0.8 seconds left with the game on the line like that or no?
It's funny. We can sit here and talk about the pushing and shoving, right? Because the whole game has been physical, right?
You still watching the post game?
Yeah, no, I'm still like they finishing up right now. But
okay.
We can sit here and we can talk about how to assess, particular foul calls or what have you and things of that nature. But we got to talk about Paul George. I mean, you get the opportunity to pretty much kind of put the game up by 3, and you don't miss one, but you miss 2 free throws. And me and Andres, we've been in back and forth in communication about the stuff that Paul George has been doing. He's been fantastic. But for tonight, we got to look at him for missing those 2 free throws, because at the end of the day, the game was theirs to steal. You know what I mean? The game was theirs to steal. And Phoenix, this was Phoenix game. And every time we thought the Phoenix would break it out, the Clippers had an answer, whether it would be a 3-ball from Rondo, whether it be a 3-ball from Luke Kennard. Shout out to you, Andres, for saying Luke Kennard. Definitely better than Landry Shamet. I could say that to you now after seeing that. But wow. We gotta talk about Paul George in that instance, man, because that wasn't cool. You get paid $35 million a year to miss 2 free throws. That's not dope. Not watching your money or whatever, but that's not cool at all.
Andre's thoughts on the 2 missed free throws. Is that a fair assessment by Ziggy?
Not at all, because he was the reason they came back down the stretch in the fourth quarter. He was the reason the Clippers were in that position. You can blame him for missing the free throws, but you can't blame, like, everyone misses free throws. Like, he's not the first player to miss free throws. He's not the first top 10 player to miss free. No, hold up. Let me cook. All right, let me cook. Every single time someone misses free throws, they're the bad person of the movie, right? So when Kevin Durant misses free throws, people talk about, he had 50 points in the game. How are you going to cut his ass for missing 2 free throws? When who he shall not be named has 50 points in the game and he misses 2 free throws, they're like, he missed 2 free throws. No, they talk about his 50-point game. In the fourth quarter, the Clippers were trailing by 7 points, and Paul George had 10 points in the fourth quarter, and they brought to the Clippers to that point. He had the jumper, to put them up 1. Then he hit the 3 to tie the game or put them down 2. So he's been doing it the whole fourth quarter. So because of the 2 missed free throws at the end, he's like, now he's a choker. I'm not making excuses. He's fatigued. They've been playing every other effing day because the NBA scheduling is trash. He's played the most minutes in the playoffs by a mile. Like it gets to your body. His legs gave up on him last game in the fourth quarter. This game they didn't give up on him. They gave up on him the first 3 quarters, but he had them in the fourth quarter. So it's a lot of factors that need to be played. But the only player that gets treated like a top 50 player and gets criticism like a top 5 player is Paul George. That's all I got to say.
Okay, so I can cook now, right?
Wait, now you could cook. Yeah.
Okay, so therefore, this isn't the first time we've been in the NBA playoffs. This isn't the first time we've been in the Western Conference Finals. And I understand everything that you said, but when the play comes down to hitting free throws in the clutch situation, what you said is in a sense null and void because you're in that moment and you know what's at stake and you have to make 2 free throws given that situation. And we sit here and we praise, and you're Mr. Numbers, and you praise guys for being part of the 50-90 or
50-40-90.
50-40-90 club about hitting free throws. Free throws are a clutch, and people get criticized for missing clutch free throws, regardless of who you are in that situation, in that moment. Regardless of who you are, it could be your top level player, it could be your role player. You will get the smoke.
Shaq still mad at Nick Anderson
for missing free throws, and Nick Anderson is a primary example for missing free throws in that situation. And again, everything that Paul George did up until that point that he missed the free throws will get voided out. You would agree or disagree about it,
but that's not how it should be though.
And that's how it is, and you know that's how it is. You may not agree with it, but it's the truth. How many times have someone went to the line? They could have had a 48-point game, and they missed 2 free throws to close the game, and everyone's looking at them like, "Damn, he could have made those 2 free throws to ice the game." Now,
so why don't we? But he doesn't get that treatment.
Am I wrong?
First, the narrative was he doesn't show up in the playoffs, right?
We're not talking about those narratives. We're talking about this narrative now. No, don't know me. No, we're not talking about the truth right now. We're talking about the narrative right now. And again, I was one again, so I don't know who you're talking to or pinpointing to. You can name call them. But
everyone,
I give Paul George credit, and I apologize. Hold on, let me finish. I was one who said I was very critical of Paul George, but I gave him his credit after the last series. And I asked people on the contributors list, are they going to give him credit? And some people said yes, some people said no. I gave him his credit. Right now, I'm not talking about what he's done in the past. I'm talking about this moment right now, what just happened just now. He's going to get criticized for missing those 2 free throws, period. You
That's fine.
Or not accept it.
He's sleeping well at night. That's fine.
Oh, so he's sleeping well at night.
100%.
Don't go to LeBron route, Andres. Don't go to LeBron.
Of course, he's going to go that route because again, he doesn't agree with he doesn't agree with any criticism towards his favorite players.
That's not true.
I'm criticizing the game.
I'm
talking about the game. I'm not talking about what anybody else has said. I'm not talking about what they did to him in the past. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about this Western Conference Finals game 2 when the game is on the line. He missed 2 clutch free throws that he could have made.
And then hold on, wait. I'm gonna let you get in there, Andres. My thing, as I was watching, right? He missed the both free. Like I said before, he could have at least made 1. You know what I'm saying? So at least you get that, still get the 2-point lead or whatever. You got a gimme with that call with the Patrick Beverly deflection where everybody thought it was going to be Phoenix ball, but it ended up being the Clippers ball. And that was your point right there. Now, don't get me wrong. Paul, after Devin Booker hit what we thought would have been the go-ahead shot, Paul George came right back and answered. All right, cool. But we didn't ask you to come off of a screen. We didn't ask you to get in the post and, try to score a game winner for us. We just asked you to hit 2 free throws. We hit you 2 free throws, bro. If he'd have missed a game winning shot tonight, it'd have been like, damn, all right, Clippers lost, whatever. We going to LA now. But you missed not 1, but 2 free throws in a clutch moment where if you hit those 2 free throws, you probably win this game. And that's just my point on that. And I'm gonna take it a step further, Carl. I think with a game like this, especially with the way it ended, and I know it's shifting to LA, these boys are hungry. I think the Suns are going to end up sweeping the Clippers.
Well, you know what? Before we even get into assessing for game 3, let's talk about the rest of the game where I thought the changing point in there was the turning point was the headbutt, was the inverting headbutt. At that point, Devin Booker went out the game and the Clippers went on a little run there to try to, get closer. But we noticed that there was also a Ty Lue decided to in his starting lineup. So Ziggy, talk about the starting lineup change. Did that actually work in the Clippers' favor, or are you going to go back in game 3 to your original one from game 1?
It'll starting lineup work in the sense of Zubac. I like when Zubac is in the game. He's pretty offensively talented when he gets into the post. And he can hold his own a little bit on defense. So he was definitely delivering. In fact, I think he scored like the first 2 baskets, I believe, to open up the game. Beverly, on the other hand, as I was saying before, I don't want to see Beverly guarding Devin Booker. I'm sorry. I need to see somebody else doing that. Beverly is what, 6'1", 6'2" at best. Devin Booker, we talking 6'5", 6'6". The minute Devin Booker raises up, he's over Beverly. And I know Book didn't have his shot tonight, but those are gimmies in any other game. So I don't want to see Beverly out there. I would much rather prefer to see Terrence Mann. This is definitely a situation that the Clippers are going to have to address going forward in the offseason about this point guard situation, especially with Kawhi out, because you can't have Paul George just handling all of the duties.
Mr. Numbers, what are your thoughts on that lineup change? Did it work for the Clippers or not?
I mean, Ty Lue had to adjust the lineup because of fatigue. Like I said before, the scheduling has been killing them. That's the only reason why he made that lineup, because Batum's been playing entire second halves after entire second halves after entire second halves, and Zubac has only been playing like 15, 60 minutes. The Pat Bev thing I could get behind because he made Booker's life a living hell tonight, and he was a key factor in Booker. Booker played really bad. Like, he played like really, really bad. And the only reason why the game was as close as it was because PG and Booker, they were asked the first three quarters. In the fourth quarter, I mean, Booker, to a certain extent, he showed up because he was flawless from the free throw line. I think he missed one free throw, and then he hit that jumper before Paul George hit the go-ahead jumper again. And PG had 10 points in the fourth quarter tonight. But yeah, I think Ty Lue might say in his press conference, the reason why I made a lineup change is because of fatigue. And that's not an excuse. Like I said, like last year in the bubble, after the Heat and the Celtics finished their series, they went 3 days without playing, and they were at the same effing location. Like right here, they're traveling Phoenix to LA to Utah to Dallas. Like, I mean, it gets to your body. Like, we sit here, we're not athletes or anything, or maybe some of us have never played a sport, but like fatigue, that shit accumulates. Excuse my language, but how are you going to put a team to play on Friday night, a game 6, and then 36 hours, game 1 on a Sunday? Having the game 7.
I disagree with you. I don't necessarily blame the NBA because, again, going in, and I've said this countless times, going into this season, the players knew what this was going to be.
Wait. Okay, I understand that. I understand that. Explain to me why the Hawks have 2 days off, but the Clippers had 36 hours off. Crickets.
They knew. So what you're saying is that, but hold on. Oh, wait, time out. So what you're saying is that, are you saying is a conspiracy theory against the Clippers as opposed to the Hawks? Is that what you're saying?
Bro, the Clippers have played 14 playoff games in 28 days. Explain that to me.
Well, part of it is also did the first series not go 7?
They've been playing every other day, bro.
But to answer the question, though, did the first series not go 7? Did it not go 7?
Bro, they've been playing every other day.
Did the first series not? You didn't answer my question. This is why I don't like talking to people who don't answer questions. Answer my question. Did the first series not go 7?
Yes, it did.
And how long did the second series go?
6 games.
So then maybe they should wrap up their series a little bit quicker then, so they won't have to be prolonging the series. So it goes into.
Oh, am I not speaking clear-cut English right now?
You are speaking clear. So then answer my other question then. So it's a conspiracy theory against the Clippers. That's what you're saying.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes or no? So that's what you're saying. So the NBA designed the schedule against the Los Angeles Clippers, so that way the Clippers. So basically,
I'm not saying they designed it against them. I'm just saying it's pretty sketchy that the Hawks play a game 7 on Sunday, like you said, a game 7. They played a game 7 on Sunday, and they get 2 full days off. Explain that to me.
But you do understand that they're playing in 2 different conferences, though, right? And there is a time zone shift, and you do understand that too, right? In terms of scheduling, yes or no?
Bro.
But no.
You can't be this dense.
No, it's not dense, but I'm dead serious. Are they not playing in 2 different time zones? Are they not playing? Yeah, they are playing 2 different time zones.
Yes.
Conflictions. Yes. No? They are, right? Yes. And do you know every single event that happens at Staples Center that's going on at Staples Center right now to know what the scheduling is, or the other stadiums?
Arenas. No.
Arenas. No, you don't.
No, I don't.
So you don't. All right, then. So then next time, call the NBA scheduling department and then have them scheduling so it can.
Okay, but you're still not answering my question. Why did the Hawks get 2 days off?
I don't know. I can't answer that question. I'd have to again look at the scheduling and look at the systems to figure that out. Why? But you're saying there's a conspiracy theory against the Clippers. That's what you're saying, and you keep bringing that up.
The proof is in the pudding, bro.
Anyway, let me move on because
we can't use excuses.
It's not excuses though; it's the facts.
As an excuse, bro.
If anyone can explain to me how the Hawks have 2 days off after playing, not even 2 days off, like 56 hours off after playing the game 7 on Sunday, I will Venmo you $200.
So you wanted them to play. So after playing game 7 on Sunday, they should have played on when?
No, the Clippers should have played yesterday. There was no NBA games yesterday.
The Clippers and the last time they played was Saturday, right? So
Yes, they
again
played
on Tuesday.
Friday. They played Friday and they played Sunday at 3:30, 36 hours after. They didn't even get 2 days of rest.
Okay, so then they played. So they played Friday. They had Saturday off. They played Sunday. They had Monday off, and then they played again Tuesday. So
look at what Travis
game
wrote in the comments.
What do you say?
He said, Carl, it's because of broadcasting. East is on TNT and West is on ABC/ESPN.
That's exactly. I tried to tell him that, but he wasn't listening. I said the scheduling
that doesn't
about
mean
the
anything.
coast. Listen, I literally just said that, and he didn't listen to me. I literally just said, are they playing on 2 different coasts? I literally just said that without even having to look it up. Looking at scheduling, and the one thing that you probably don't understand, looking at scheduling is probably the hardest thing that they have to do when it comes to.
I mean, you show it every week.
Show what every week?
That scheduling is hard.
Scheduling is very difficult. I'm not saying for me to sit here and believe that there's a conspiracy against the Clippers.
I'm not saying there's a conspiracy. I just want answers as to why the Clippers had to play 36 hours, not even 2 full days, 36 hours after the first game, and they made the games.
Call Adam Silver and ask him, or call the Department of Scheduling and ask him.
Hold on, wait. When is the next game? When is game 3?
On Thursday. They're playing every other day now, which is fine. But I'm saying yesterday there was no game. Why the F couldn't they play yesterday?
Something you have to ask.
Can I say something real quick? There is a lot of grown-ass men wondering how much Ben Simmons makes in the group chat. I'm not gonna say no names, but we should not be
changing the conversation. Oh,
we should not be pocket watching how much a black athlete makes. Number 1. Number 2, you could sit here and criticize Ben Simmons for he shit the bed, whatever you want to call it, right? What Doc Rivers did and what Joel Embiid did about throwing him under the bus is unacceptable. I just have to get that off my chest.
Okay, moving along to game 3. We could just talk about that another time. But moving along to game 3, the Clippers have been down. I believe they were down 0-2 in the first series. I think they were down. Were they down 0-2 in the last one? Refresh my memory. Were they down against the Jazz?
They were down 0-2
So
series.
Now down 0-2, heading back to LA. Can we see them turning the series around and making it and getting 2 at home? Andres, let me start with you.
No, because the majority of the players are injured and they're fatigued. It's over.
Ziggy, you okay there, buddy?
Yo, this fatigue business, man. But listen,
listen. This is the job. Unfortunately,
yeah. Like I mean, listen. You got,
no, bro.
It is the job. It's the job.
You have a coaching staff for a reason. You have a strength conditioning staff for a reason. Those guys get all those players in shape, regardless of the scheduling and the amount of games you have to play within hours. Right? There's no excuse, and there's a reason why there's a bench. Right? If your starting lineup ain't holding up, then you get your bench in there and you switch it up. You're a coach. You make things happen.
Well, that's why Zoo was starting today because Batum is fatigued.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, we'll go with the whole fatigue business. But to answer your question, Carl, no, they're not coming back, and it sucks because they're missing Kawhi. They're missing Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? Because I really believe had they have Kawhi, no Chris Paul, this series is definitely in the hands of the Clippers. But now you're down 0-2 against a hungry Suns team. They're ready for action. Cameron Payne, a lot of people have been disrespecting Cameron Payne.
He was hooping tonight.
Yeah, he had career high 29 points. He was going to the paint, coming off screens. Dishing, it was lovely seeing that, and I was just happy for him because a lot of people have been disrespecting him, saying that he needs to go back to the D League and what have you,
or China, or the
China, all that stuff, and he's been filling in nicely for Chris Paul. That bummer, Eddie. Nobody's talking to you. You know what I mean? Like the Nets, they not here. Ain't nobody worrying about.
And the Lakers aren't either, bro.
Wait, what is Eddie talking about? What is he saying?
Oh, we not paying attention to that because you're not even getting no airtime. That's why you're in the comments. So go ahead, Carl. Go ahead, bro.
Listen, I understand. Listen, at the end of the day, Andres is going to make the fatigue argument. I'm going to say it's fun. You literally we've been on live for a few minutes and you've said it more than one time.
I'm not making excuses.
Said it more than one time, though. You have said it more than one time,
bro. I'm not making excuses, bro.
Okay.
Now the whole group chat is gonna put 50 posts talking about, Andres doesn't make excuses, yada yada yada.
I don't even have to say it because they're literally blatantly seeing it. It's not just me. I'm just saying. I'm letting you know.
They could come see me.
Aside from that point, listen. Aside from that point. Again, these games were pretty close. You'd say, right? So this game was pretty close. It came down to a couple crucial plays here and there. Stupidity. So to your opinion. But again, could they actually win Game 3? Let's just talk about Game 3. Is it feasible? You think they're too tired? Ziggy thinks they're going to get swept. Could we make an argument that they could come out strong, being home crowd? Steve Ballmer.
Oh, I wasn't being like 100% serious. The Clippers are going to make this a series 100% because they have a top 3 coach in the league.
So they're gonna. So you're saying they could win? They're gonna win Game 3.
They could still win the series.
They could still win the series, but
Chris Paul is coming back.
That's fine. If the Clippers go down 3-1 and Kawhi comes back in Game 5 in Phoenix, watch out. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, you heard it here first. He said if the Clippers, he said if the Clippers go down 3-1 and Kawhi comes back in Phoenix, or then watch out for a 3-1 comeback. That's what he's saying here, folks.
I'm not saying a comeback. I just said watch out.
Listen, I don't think Kawhi's coming back in this series. They're being very secretive about what's going on. They're telling us
which is a good thing, though. But that's a good thing, though.
Because I understand. I understand journalism game plan for them, right? But
journalism today is all about who gets the story first, not who gets it right. That's why Kawhi went to the Clippers, because everything is like under the table. You see what happened when Trez was a free agent? That man was like, "Oh, these players missed practice. Oh, this player got a private jet. Oh, Lou Williams was getting treatment." Like that's the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carl, have you given Ty Lue his flowers or not yet? Or are you still waiting for something? I'm waiting
for tomorrow's show. Don't worry. I'm gonna give him his flowers. Don't worry. Wait for tomorrow's show. Don't worry, because I have Mike coming on. Go ahead. Because I know how much what I said stung. So yeah.
What are you talking about?
Because Mike made his declaration, I co-signed it, and
everyone in the group chat co-signed it. Nobody said no. Everyone in the group chat, everyone.
Again, we know what this is. What Andres does, right? He basically backlogs everything anybody's ever said, and then the minute that they're proven wrong, he'll pull it right back up and just leave it. That's what he does. But then when he's wrong about something, nobody ever sees it or hears about it.
Listen, what do you mean, bro? I was wrong about the Heat beating the Bucks. I was wrong about the Blazers beating the Nuggets. I wasn't wrong about Ty Lue.
Again, I'm going to say what I just said again. When you're wrong, you don't acknowledge it. You won't say that
I just said I thought
now you do, but I'm saying in the general conversation that we have in the group, whenever you're wrong, you won't acknowledge it. But but you'll screenshot everything else everybody said and keep it. And then when you prove them wrong,
because I watch basketball every day and I know when people are going crazy. What are you talking about, bro?
Okay, Ziggy. Any final thoughts here as we wrap up this live before we sign off? You're saying it's over.
I mean, like I said, if I don't think Kawhi is coming back. I understand what Andres is saying. The whole secrecy could be a whole ploy thing. But when you start hearing terminology like rehabbing, I wonder what's really going on behind it.
I think it's a knee sprain, fam. They didn't say it was grade 1 or grade 2, but that was the latest, a knee sprain.
Okay. Are the people in the comments saying you were wrong about Rudy Gobert too? But
I wasn't wrong about Rudy Gobert. All they do is look at points per game, bro. I'm not interested in that. They can come see me. They got a problem.
Yeah, that's what the people are chanting right now.
I wasn't wrong about Rudy Gobert though.
Bro, you was wrong about Rudy Gobert. Let's talk about it. Reggie Jackson.
You want to talk about it? We can talk about it.
Jackson was going up his chest in the whole fourth quarter. You could throw all the numbers that you want, but he was not effective, and it showed.
Neither was Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, that's what we doing?
Time out. Wait. The Clippers, the Jazz were up by 21 points in the second quarter in Game 6. Why?
You tell me.
I'm asking you a question. Why did the Jazz go up by 40 points in Game 6?
No, that's what I'm saying. You tell me. I honestly can't remember. I smoke too much. You tell me.
Because Jordan Clarkson had 21 straight points.
That's right. Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Okay. I'm going at your pace, right? In Game 1, Donovan Mitchell had like 80 points. Why did it come down to the last possession?
Bro, you tell me. You got to tell me.
No. If Donovan Mitchell has 80 points, it should be a blowout win. Yes or no?
That's true. Yes, it should. Yes.
So why wasn't it a blowout win? Answer my question. Why wasn't it a blowout win? Do you realize how many? Let me ask you this: how many good defenders are on the Jazz outside of Rudy Gobert? Please tell me.
I would say there's only one.
Who?
Royce.
When Royce was on the floor, he was getting cooked too. Who else?
There's nobody else for me that's honestly a good defender. You could say Spider, but I think
Spider took a step. Good. He's not good. Did you see what T-Man was doing to him too? Or was it so the Clippers gave up 800? The Jazz gave up 900 points in the series, and all 900 points are counted to Rudy Gobert. That's what you guys are telling me.
Of course not, but of course, in the main, and like I said, like Carl, you said it before, right? Paul George was doing his thing at certain points. He didn't have the best game. He was doing his thing at certain points.
Showed up in the fourth quarter, though.
Right. He cooked in the fourth quarter. And again, all of that shit got erased the minute my man missed 2 free throws. In a game 7, I should not see Reggie Jackson going up your chest multiple times. You were what? A 3-time defensive player of the year? You could throw all the numbers that you want at me. I smoke, like I said before, so my eyes do be a little closed, but I'm still open enough so I can see what is going on in the game, bro. And Rudy Gobert, he was looking like a fraud in Game 7, man. I can't.
Game 6.
Game 6.
Game 6. I'm sorry, Game 6.
Let me tell you something. If you could put your hand on the Bible right now and say, I watched more than 20 Jazz games this year, I will accept defeat. Can you do that for me or no?
No, I cannot. I could probably watch like 15, but I ain't watched no 20.
So why are we talking about someone that has watched a larger sample size of the Jazz versus someone that watched 6 games?
So what you're saying is because
those 6 games took place in the most important part of
No, I'm not talking about the postseason. I'm talking about in general. I shouldn't have said 6. 5. Let's say 5.
Oh, you talking
about what? What are you talking about? No, what?
We're comparing sample sizes.
What?
We're comparing sample sizes.
But we're not talking about the regular season games. We're talking about the playoff games. This is what I'm talking about with you. Stick to the relevancy. What we're talking about. Tom, no. Listen. Listen. We're talking about the relevancy of game, and that's what Ziggy's talking about. I asked the game 6. You're basically mentioning to him about how many Utah Jazz games he's seen. We're talking about the playoff games. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about how many regular season games someone has seen. We're talking about the playoff games.
Let me raise my hand one more time. I asked Ziggy 3 playoff questions. He's going to answer none of them. Can you answer them?
Which I can't answer the questions about the game because I didn't watch the game, but I do know when you're talking about. But we're assessing playoff games.
You didn't watch any game in the whole games. You didn't watch any game in the whole series?
That's not what I said. I said I didn't watch the specific game 6. I didn't watch that.
Did you watch game 1? Did you watch game 1? Did you watch game 1?
Yeah, I watched game 1.
Okay, so explain to me how Donovan Mitchell had 60 points and it came down to the last possession.
You tell me, because you're asking all these questions. What do you mean? How did the game come to 60 points? Because what? It said because it came down to 3 points, right? That's your argument?
It came down to
it came down to
the last basket.
Defense. Is that what you're saying? Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's fine. But they still lost the series. So you're talking about the game that they won. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. But you're talking about the series that they lost.
So basketball is offense. So basketball is offense and defense. Wow.
Correct. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do this.
I'm
not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm going to shut the show down. I'm not going to do this. Ziggy as my witness. I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. I can't do this because again, it seems to be someone not listening clearly, right?
Wait. Second question.
Because now he basically changed his narrative. First, he asked.
What narrative
he changed it because he asked you how many regular season games you saw. Then he's asking about playoff games now. So I'm getting confused. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. It's okay to just accept certain things, but you won't accept certain things. So there's no point in me trying to have a conversation, a dialogue with you when you won't listen to reason or understand.
The proof is in the pudding, bro. Proof is in the pudding, bro.
That what? That he's the best player on the team?
He's the most valuable player on the Jazz. Yes.
Got it. So got it. You got it, bro. You got it.
Why are you fuming? Why are you fuming?
I'm not saying anything anymore.
Bro, you're a grown-ass man. We can have a grown-ass dialogue.
No, I can't have a grown-ass dialogue because you're not listening. I don't have grown-ass dialogue.
Let me listen now. All right, I'm listening.
No, it's too late. I don't want to talk to you.
Hold up.
No, I have nothing else to say.
Hold up. Okay, now I'm listening. Let's hear it.
Hey, bro, go, Carl.
No, quick, bro. I have nothing else. What is there for me to say? Donovan Mitchell was the best player on the Utah Jazz team, period. It's either you can accept it or not. And I'm tired of having to say it. The numbers tell you, but according to you, you're saying Rudy Gobert is the best player on the team. So it's an agree to disagree statement because, again, clearly you're not listening. And
wait, so we can have different opinions? Oh, my God. God.
There's a difference.
No way.
There's a difference with that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. There's a difference. Goodness. There's not a difference of opinion here because, again, you're basically
right now.
You see what he's doing, right? You see what he's doing? There's no difference of opinion because you clearly state that everyone who says that Rudy Gobert is not the greatest player on the team is wrong. That's what you're basically saying. That's not agree to disagree.
Exactly. There were two different opinions.
That's not agree to disagree.
Listen,
No. You're telling us that we're wrong. You see what
I'm
you're
not
doing?
telling you. I'm not telling you that you're wrong.
Yes, you do. Yes,
No,
you do.
I'm not
It's okay,
bro. You listen.
Yes, you do.
You think you listen. Let me bring up another example. You probably think Paul Pierce is the greatest Celtic of all time. I'm saying an example.
No, I've never said that, but okay. I've never said that.
Don't get aggressive.
Don't put words in my mouth, but I've never said that. But go ahead.
Okay, you think Larry Bird is the greatest Celtic of all time? Maybe I think it's Bill Russell. Right? We're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna both have our points, and we're gonna continue pushing and wake up the next morning and still be successful as we were today. Yes or no?
Yes, but that's not what we're trying to establish here, because you've established that everyone is wrong. That's the difference. You see what you just did there?
Not
you
what
didn't say that when the Larry Bird. You're
Dude,
saying that everyone is wrong. That's the big difference.
That's not true at all, though. That's not
you
true
are.
At all.
It is true.
No, it's
true.
not.
It is true.
No,
but okay, that's fine.
Bro, I say that Gobert is the best player on the Jazz, and what does everyone do? They go to the group chat and they mention me 50 fucking times.
Woo!
Yes or no?
Is that a problem? But is that a problem?
It's not a problem. I sleep well at night. I sleep with 2 earplugs and I sleep well at night, knowing that everybody is talking about me. Yes or no? Eddie Gonzalez, we're here 18 months later. What does he bring up every time we're arguing basketball? Oh, you think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is overrated? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Andres, bro, say it loud. Listen, I have a new segment I designed that's called "Say It Louder" for the people in the back. So if you got a lot to say and get off your chest.
I don't have anything to say or get off my chest. I'm just saying that every single day for the last 365 days, all I hear is Donovan Mitchell. Like, I get it, bro. Okay, he's the best player in the Jazz. Cool, keep it pushing. I'm going to change the topic one more time. A black coach is going to be in the NBA Finals again. So shout out to Monty Williams or Ty Lue. I just had to say that.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. All right, guys. Well, as
Holy
much as I would love to continue this, I mean, we got people in the comments.
Listen, man, the sports hit list after hours. The sports hit list after
at night. We got people in the comments. Like, our ratings are high right now.
Yo,
people are enjoying it.
On fire, bro.
People are enjoying it right now. I mean, listen, they're enjoying it. I mean, let me get you guys' opinion on the Bucks Hawks while I have you here. Game 1 tomorrow night. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow with Coach and Mike Miller. I also have the Hawks fan, Jonathan Friedman, coming in, and another one of my students who lives in Milwaukee, Tim Haggerty. He's going to come in and give us that, what's the feel like in Milwaukee. Ziggy, what are you thinking here with the series? Can the Hawks make it to the final? I mean, they can, but what do they have to do to make it to the finals? I mean, they've got this far, right?
The Hawks? What
the Hawks,
they have to do to get to the finals?
Yeah, the
I
Hawks.
want them to get to the finals, so don't ask me what they got to do to get to the finals. Nah, I'm jacking. Listen, on all jokes aside, right? Man, in order for the Hawks to get to the finals, they have to continue doing what they're doing, man. They had to continue giving the ball to Trae Young and letting him just cook. He has been the engine that's been got this whole team going, and the pieces that are around him. You saw that he had that outburst last year. They got some quality players, and it's showing. For me personally, they're going to just have to try and figure out a way to stop Giannis or try to contain him at least. If they can figure out a way to contain Giannis in some form or fashion, I think the Atlanta Hawks are going to the NBA Finals.
Really? Andres, what are your thoughts with this series?
If they can. Now, they're not my pick, but if they can.
Andres, what do you think here?
I think that this is a tough one. This is a tough situation. So the Clippers' game plan to win their series against the Mavericks was let Luka cook and let everyone else beat you. But for the Bucks, I don't think you can say let Giannis cook and let everyone else beat you. I think they have the size, but like John Collins is not cut like that. Clint Capella is inconsistent. He hasn't been good at all this. He wasn't good against the Sixers because of Embiid, who was the second best center in the NBA after Jokic. I feel like Nate's game plan is to revolve around how to contain Giannis and make other people beat you. One of my friends brought this up the other day. There's no difference between Drew Holiday and Bledsoe, and it kind of became true because Drew Holiday, he hasn't been like that guy for the Bucks this postseason. Giannis has been cleaning up a lot, and Middleton has been cleaning up a lot. And Brook Lopez, why is Brook Lopez on the perimeter shooting threes like he's Ray Allen, bro? Like, Bud needs to really, I don't know. Listen,
that's been his game in Milwaukee since he's been there.
I understand that, but Bud himself, he probably doesn't even know how he won that series. The Bucks in that series was a matter of who wanted to throw the series more, And I got to give a shout out to Coach. If you read the box score, Chris Middleton shot 9 of 24 in Game 7, right? And now firsthand, that looks bad. But he showed up in the fourth quarter and he showed up in OT. We got to give Chris Middleton his flowers for showing up in the fourth quarter in OT. Honestly, unbiased, I think the Bucks win the series in 5 games.
I think it comes down to coaching, and really, this is where Nate McMillan will shine. Budenholzer has definitely been on the hot seat over the last 2 years.
But wait, sorry. But so this series win against the Nets is going to give him an extension. That's what they were saying the other day.
Yeah, no, yeah, it will. But I think it really does come down to coaching. And again, it's all we know. It comes down to coaching. It comes down to matchups. And I think the Hawks game plan. But I really think though, the Hawks have the confidence.
Do they have the personnel to contain Giannis?
And then on top of that, not just the personnel to contain Giannis, right? But you look at the Bucks. These guys are, in terms, I'm not going to say the L word, but they have length.
Pause.
Yeah, pause, right? So they have length. So they'll be able to, run out to the perimeter to catch, Trae Young, to catch Bogdanovich, to catch Gallinari, to run them off of those 3-point lines. So that's another thing that we have to consider. And I know Drew Holiday has been having a shaky postseason, but one thing I can never discount him on is his defense. And
100%.
I'm looking forward to seeing him lock in on Trae Young and being able to do what he does best and just try and contain him as well.
I just feel sorry, Carl. I just feel bad for Trae because like he has to see Drew after seeing Ben. And so Nate McMillan as his coach, he needs to figure out a way to get him looks. Ty Lue figure out a way to get Kawhi easier looks, to get Paul George easier looks. Julius Randle, same thing. Tibbs figure out how to give him easier looks. Drew Holiday is one of the best, probably a top 5 guard defender in the league. Nate McMillan has to figure out how to get Trae Young easy looks, whether it's high screen and roll, low screen and roll, because they might pick him up at half court, or maybe Drew Holiday is going to press him at half court. We don't know what if Bud is going to reveal all his cards in game 1. But like I said, Nate McMillan has to find a way to get Trae Young easy looks, because Trae Young, even though he played bad game 7, he was amazing in the fourth quarter. He showed up from the free throw line. He was diming like prime Magic Johnson. Like he was there, and he didn't. His shot was his shot wasn't falling, but he didn't give up. There's a lot of players in the NBA. They start out 0 for 5, and they're like, you know what? I'm done shooting. Like you're the best player in the Hawks. Why would he stop shooting?
So you said something key though. He showed up at the free throw line, right?
Really?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, your words, not mine, brother. You said it, not me.
I do think the Bucks take game 1.
I'm gonna go with like I said, maybe it's just Carl being the corniness, fan and just hoping for a Cinderella story. But the Hawks have nothing to lose. The Hawks weren't supposed to be here, and they like that's
no man. We're not gonna use
bulletin board. Listen, hold on, let me finish. That's bulletin. That's what you call bulletin board material, right?
No, bro, this
they
is
do.
terrible.
It's not terrible. Again,
Bro.
Did you expect them to beat the
Listen,
Knicks?
Did
we expect them to beat the 76ers?
No, I did not.
Well, we did not expect them to beat the 76ers. So again, they have nothing to lose here.
And B was playing with a torn meniscus.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They have nothing to lose.
So listen, there's 2 cards, right? There's either we have nothing to lose or we didn't get this far to get this far. All right, you pick which one you want. Right, Zig?
That's all I'm saying.
That's a good point.
Listen, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Like last year, I understood that I was happy that we were in the conference finals, but I'm like, bro, what if we don't get to the conference finals next year? And look at what happened this year. And I didn't take last year for granted and playing in the finals and stuff. But like these teams, they didn't get this far to get this far. The Clippers got their first conference finals appearance in their franchise history. You think Ty Lue was like, you know what, boys, I'm proud of you. You should enjoy this moment. Like, no, they're like, listen, bro, like we got to play for a championship. They asked Kawhi in the press conference, Kawhi, how does it feel to be 2 wins away from leading this team to their first conference finals? And guess what he said? I'm not worried about the conference finals. I'm focused on winning a championship. The Suns, they haven't been in the conference finals since 2010, and they haven't been in the NBA finals since 1993 when MJ he went. In my opinion, his best finals was in 1993. The Hawks haven't been here since 2015 when they got swept by LeBron. Like these teams, they need to look at themselves in the mirror and be like, listen, we did not get this far to get this far. We didn't have a short offseason to have a short offseason. The Suns, we didn't go 8-0 in the bubble just to like get this far as like the development. Like these teams need to look at each other and be like, now is our moment because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Like it's that simple. Maybe next year we see 4 new teams. We see the Lakers, we see the Nuggets, we see the Celtics, and we see, I don't know, the Sixers if they could turn around. Like these teams aren't looking at each other like, listen, we got this far, like let's enjoy it. Like, no, we didn't get this far to get this far, period. Same thing with Giannis. A lot of people in the group chat, they were like, oh, Giannis made a mistake staying in Milwaukee. And now look at him. He's 8 wins away from an NBA championship.
You seem to have a problem with a lot of what people say in the group chat, though.
I don't have a problem with anyone, bro. I'm a pacifist. I sleep well.
You see, but you keep mentioning what the group chat says and imitating.
No, he has a problem with what they're saying, but now
that's what I just said. I said he has a problem with what they're saying. I literally just said that. He said no.
I don't got a problem with that, bro. I just don't like when we in the group chat we discuss if players made the right decision by guaranteeing their family $250 million. Like.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you guys for joining me here on the Sports Hit List late night edition.
We like that. That's a great name, right? Sports
Hit
List after hour.
So we will be doing more post games. Tomorrow we will have another post game. Tomorrow we have our Wednesday live show where I will address the Smoke and Mirrors podcast and what they had to say about.
It's cancer season, baby. Cancer season.
You know what? No disrespect to cancer season, but we're just tuning up to get to Virgo season because
really?
Yeah, we skip Cancer, we skip Leos, we get to Virgo season. That's where it really matters. But as I was saying, Smoke and Mirrors had a lot to say about me, and I will address them tomorrow. That's all I gotta say.
You're gonna pull the cards out of the deck? Oh
no! I just wait. Just tune in tomorrow if you want to see what I have to say to response or rebuttal to Ray Jarvis.
You're gonna empty the clip? All right.
We find out, but we will also have just a quick preview to tomorrow's show. We'll discuss some hockey to open up. We're going to have Coach and Pastor Mike Miller to talk about what's going on in the NBA to get their perspectives. And then we'll also have, like I said, Tim Haggerty, who is in Milwaukee, our Milwaukee correspondent, will talk to us about the Bucks. And we'll have the Atlanta Hawks fan to give us a perspective from the East fan base of the Eastern Conference Finals. And we will also have a post-game live following Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. So stay tuned to that.
Listen, you've been cutting my ass the whole show, so I'm going to tell you one time. Was that Islander score real from last night?
I'm not going to say. I'm not talking about that right now.
Carl, thank you for having me on.
I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm not going to talk about that right now. I see what you're trying to do. I'm not trying to do that right now. But thank you guys for joining us. Please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to all Sports Hit List content.
Yes.
Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a TikTok now, so we're trying to grow the brand. We got a new show coming soon. I've been dropping promos for it. It's called Fan Zone, so please make sure you guys stay tuned to that. Wrestling on Mondays, we have off the top rope. We have another What If episode coming. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe to all of our content. Thank you for everyone for pulling up, especially late at night. Didn't expect this many comments in the section, but definitely a good feel and enjoyment. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.